The courtroom was silent. Every eye in the room was fixed on a young man in chains. His name was Darius Cole, 23 years old, quiet, hardworking, and scared. Across the room sat Officer Blake, the cop who arrested him. He was calm, too calm. His badge gleamed under the courtroom lights, but his eyes, cold, calculating, hid a secret. Darius was facing 15 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And as the trial began, no one in that courtroom knew just how deep the betrayal ran. Darius grew up in a small neighborhood outside Atlanta. He worked night shifts at a delivery company, saving every penny to take care of his mom and younger sister. He had no criminal record, no trouble with anyone, until one night, blue lights flashed behind him. Officer Blake claimed Darius ran a stop sign, but what started as a routine traffic stop turned into a nightmare. Blake found stolen electronics in Darius's trunk, items Darius had never seen before. And just like that, his life was destroyed. He was handcuffed, booked, and thrown into a cell, charged with grand theft and obstruction of justice. Darius begged, "You're making a mistake. That's not mine." But no one listened. Days turned to weeks. The news painted Darius as a suspect with a record, even though he didn't have one. Officer Blake testified that he saw Darius flee the scene of a robbery, but something didn't add up. The time of the robbery didn't match Darius's shift records. His GPS showed he was miles away. Still, the system didn't care. The prosecutor smiled confidently during opening statements. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have clear evidence linking this man to the crime." Darius's public defender, overworked and exhausted, barely looked at him. It felt hopeless. But then, something unexpected happened. A new piece of evidence surfaced. A nearby gas station security camera caught a small part of the arrest. In the footage, Officer Blake could be seen approaching Darius's car and placing something inside the trunk, moments before calling for a backup. The defense requested the full footage, but mysteriously, the file was corrupted. Still, that one frame, that single moment, raised doubts. The jury leaned forward. The judge furrowed his brow. Was this officer lying? During cross-examination, Darius's lawyer asked Officer Blake one question. "Did you search the car before or after calling dispatch?" Blake hesitated, just for a second, but everyone noticed. He tried to recover. After, standard procedure. Then came the bombshell. The defense investigator obtained body cam footage from another officer who arrived late to the scene. In that video, Blake could be heard whispering, "Just follow my lead, we got him." The jury gasped. Even the judge looked shocked. After hours of deliberation, the jury returned to the courtroom. Everyone held their breath as the foreman stood. On the charge of grand theft, we find a defendant not guilty. Murmurs filled the room. Darius's mother broke down in tears. But then the foreman continued. "Furthermore, we request that the court review possible misconduct by the arresting officer." The judge nodded gravely. He turned to Blake. "Officer Blake, you are hereby suspended pending investigation." For the first time, Blake's confident mask cracked. He looked down, defeated, exposed. When Darius walked out of that courtroom, the world outside felt new. He wasn't just free, he was vindicated. Later, internal affairs confirmed what the footage hinted at. Blake had been planting evidence for years to boost his arrest record. He was charged with tampering with evidence and perjury. And Darius? He started working with a nonprofit that helps wrongfully accused people fight back against corruption. He once said in an interview, "They try to break me, but truth doesn't need a badge to stand tall." This story reminds us that justice delayed is not justice denied, because sometimes the truth just needs one brave person to speak it out loud.